that's part of Iowa code. That's not your decision. This is just more information for you that's what happens to property tax levies. Disposition of property isn't applicable. That would be talking about a dissolution again, where there was one district or the other had property to dispose of. Unused school buildings, that would also be in dissolution. With the equalization levy has to do with how the county auditor will spread the levy if there's a dissolved district and part of you go to one district and part of you go to another. Use of public funds, it just says that you, just like any other public entity, you can't use public funds to do non-public business. So it's really talking about advocating for the passage or defeat of the ballot. So that's already passed, and that's not applicable. Transition of the financial system. Just need to remember that in April, that will be April of 2011, the April 15th timeline for the reorganized is still the timeline for the reorganized district's first budget. You'll have things like applying for a new federal employee number. There will be a contact at the Department of Management for information about combined per pupil costs, combined enrollment, and other financial details. So really the Department of Management and getting ready for that first budget, and you've worked for that before.
Yeah. We'll be okay there. The only thing that is different than what I was used to is we used one of the old districts' federal ID number and district number. So sounds like that might be different this time.
I was surprised about district number that they wouldn't give the new district one or the other current district numbers, but maybe they will. Yeah. Maybe they still will. So, and then it's just other kinds of office management things, like they were talking about just making sure that the Department of Ed knows what the depository numbers are, so that deposits are made electronically in the right places, and new checks and whatever needs to happen. So, but that's the same timeline as normal for districts' budgets, so that's not any different than normal, and you would just expect that the district would be doing a budget at that time. Tuition and payments, they cease for the reorganization, and what that would mean is if we have open enrolled students, for instance, to SAC or out of SAC, then now it becomes a to SAC county or out of SAC county. We have some between the two districts, so those will stop. But now any tuition or payments are really to the reorganized district. Whole grade sharing legal entities. I forget what that was about. Oh, it's about whole grade sharing, so it's not applicable. The supplementary weighting is not applicable. And then it goes to that section on page 73 called carrying forward of whole grade sharing supplementary weighting. Because this school year will be the year prior to reorganization, when certified, I almost feel like I'm talking back at you, when reorganization, or when certified enrollment is done, at that time you'll indicate that the district is whole grade sharing, and it's the year prior to reorganization. So we had 2 years of whole grade sharing funding.
Last year we didn't get it, correct?
That's right.
What was the year like?
Last fall we didn't count it. So
okay.
Next school year we won't receive the money.
Okay. In the 10-11 we won't receive.
Right, that's how it works, okay.
And then he'll indicate in the certified enrollment that the district will be reorganizing. So then supplementary weighting will take effect again this year. So then there'll be supplementary weighting for the third year of whole grade sharing in 11-12, and then for 3 subsequent years for the reorganization incentive.
Okay.
So the district has 4 years of incentive to receive that. You've received 2, and the 10-11 school year is the year that you'll receive no incentive. Now that doesn't mean that there still isn't supplementary weighting for shared classes and shared teachers. It just doesn't amount to the same amount as it does if we were receiving that whole grade sharing or reorganization incentive. The other thing that still does go on is that it will be the 4th year of 5 years of sharing of superintendent, 3rd year of 5 for business manager, transportation director, and custodial maintenance. So those will go straight through the 5 years. Those don't have the skipped year because of reorganization. And the rest of that section then is not applicable to the reorganization. It's talking about other kinds of sharing, like whole grade sharing, how those costs can be shared and that sort of thing. So those are really the big things. So if you think about it, your method of selection of your new board, levies, the levies that we were talking about were instructional support and voter approved PEPL. We've got a question about continuing contracts. We're not sure about that. You know that you're responsible for negotiations, and you know that you're responsible for the budget, and then you know that you're responsible for setting some sort of plan for sort of what that end date is for paying for each individual district's bills. And so there are probably half a dozen kinds of things.
Not bad on a big thing like that.
No. That's a lot of paper to get you that much. That's why it's a lot nicer to see it in 3 pages than it was 2.